So if you haven't watched the first video, then you're at a loss already. So in the last video, we picked ourselves up a 200 plus brake horsepower Audi A3, ready to put inside our next VW Caddy project. And as you can see, it's absolutely pristine of a motor, but it doesn't run. The DSG gearbox has got a fault, and we drove all the way to sunny Sunderland to pick it up. So I just came and picked up my new whip. You can't see it because it's on the trailer behind me. The first video was the introduction of the Audi. The second video is to get this thing fully stripped. Now this is going to take me a day, possibly 2 days. 1, engine out, all the components around the engine. 2, all the interior, all the body panels. So all I can say is, let's just get on with it. By very quick, I'm just used to a diesel. And let me clarify a couple of points from the last video. Yes, this is a DSG. Yes, I said I would never buy a DSG again. And there's a fault in the DSG gearbox. She jumps like a kangaroo all over the place. So I'm going to get this thing fully stripped down in today's video. Ideally, all of this out, all of this ready for our next episode where we introduce our new van to drop this thing into it. Now, this is going to be a long old slog video. So if you're not in the time lapse, don't skip it, because I'll kill you, because I need the pennies for the project. Let's get into it. Let's get cracking. If you are new to the channel, I think now is a good time that you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, so I know you're there, and 2, you'll get to see the next episode when this comes out, and actually it costs you nothing, so why wouldn't you? So all we're doing now is just stripping down the front of the Audi A3. As I said before, I just tend to start by checking everything. So you can see there the air conditioning, there's no gas inside the AC, so I don't need to use the regas machine to take the air conditioning out. Then we're going to start to strip all the elements off the front. So rad pack comes off first, so I can get access to the front of that engine bay. Now it was a bit of a wiggle. Luckily there was no AC gas inside there, so I could just cut through the pipes and get it off as quick as I can. Now I will be selling all of these parts if anybody needs any parts on an Audi A3. Hit me up, let me know. All the parts will be available other than the interior, engine, gearbox, etc. So then I start on the left hand side. What I'm trying to do is just take all of them 12, 10, 14 mil bolts out and just drain all the coolant. As you can see on the floor, it was actually really fresh coolant as well, so I could have probably saved that, but I want to get it out. I haven't got time to find the jug. So while I'm doing this as well, I'm just tracing some of the wires just to have a look what's different. So you've got obviously your fuel system inside this car, which is different. We've got the drive shafts that's different. This is a DSG model. We've also got the fuel tank, we've got the fuel pump, and I'm going to go into, in the next video, everything that we need to take to get this conversion done. So I'm taking the windscreen wipers off just because I need to get access to that ECU underneath that scuttle panel at the front. Now I didn't want to snap it, so I did put out on TikTok, how do I get this bloody panel off? And some guys were like, right, you bend it in the middle and almost bend it out, because I didn't want to take the bonnet off yet, because I was using that for my camera and for my light. So you can see the challenges that I've got, but look, this is all driveway style, and if you like that, guys, and you want to do it yourself, it's easy. Hit the subscribe, hit the like button, and you'll see me coming back on a weekly basis. Right, so I'm making some great progress, as you can see. Front end rad pack's off. Everything's pretty much disconnected. The bolts underneath are disconnected so the engine can rock now. I've just done that. What I'm now starting to do is just take a bit of a video to remind myself where I'm up to and what I've done so far and what's different. So looking at the Golf GTI, I think this has got a 200 gearbox in, because the plug's exactly the same as the one that came off my Bonnie Blue DSG. I'm then just trying to slowly take it apart and look for differences in plugs, because these are the ones that are going to catch me out when I come to rewire them back in. But remember, I'm just going to cut the wiring loom from somewhere in there. If I can get it out from the fuse box, I probably will, but for the time being I'm just going to keep going. Not much difference at the minute. I don't want to jinx it until I get round to taking the electrics out and then understanding how they run back in. I'm going to take the ABS pump just in case. I don't know if I need the ABS pump yet, whether I have any problems with ABS or not. I'm probably going to take the full front subframe as well, but I'll get the cord off that ABS module and double check that. ECU's obviously under that little splash panel there, which is a pain in the ass to get to at this moment in time. Coolant drained out all over the floor, standard. And yeah, we are just getting things done. I'm just noticing some little subtle difference. So when I take these videos and I zoom into areas, they're the ones that I'm trying to concentrate on, because when I need to come and put it back together, I'll know how it hangs. But like we say, it's all a learning curve, and I have made a massive decision that I am not going to be loom swapping the full loom, because there's just too many differences. Headlights, I've noticed in headlights, there'll be dash interior, there'll be fuse box inside there. It's too much to take the full loom. That is just, it's not needed to go into a Caddy van. Although I will probably take the dash and put all the features inside there and have to just get a new screen inside the middle. But yeah, we're getting through this time lapse. We are getting some stuff done, which is really, really good. Next thing I need to do is just disconnect the 4 bolts off the back of the exhaust. So on these, it's getting dark as well, guys. So, and again, I haven't got a unit, so you'll see the bolt just down there. I'm going to disconnect there's 4 bolts that connects the exhaust to the back of the engine. I'm going to get them bolted off, so at least that means the engine will just pull straight out. And I've just got to disconnect some things down here. Now, it looks a bit wet down there, as you'll see. So either we've got a leak, it looks like, well, I can see straight away there's a drive shaft bolt that's not fully connected. Can you see that? So it's probably the cup or something inside the gearbox that's leaking oil, or the lads last time have just made a bit of a meal out of it. I don't know yet. You don't know what you don't know in these scenarios. So DSG lever just there as well, in the grey, just down here. So I'll get that disconnected now. And obviously, not having a manual, it's a little bit easier. And I mean easier as in, like, not easier to troubleshoot, easier to take out, because it's just one quick little lump. So plan is next is just finish off doing this. As I say, it's getting dark now, and I've probably only had 45 minutes on it, but sunlight is going down. So I'm going to get it stripped out, and then I need to look. I'm going to take some pictures of the fuse box, and I'm going to put them alongside the Caddy fuse box in my Caddy and just have a quick look and try and see some differences as well before I start getting all the wiring diagrams out. I don't know if I need to get the diagrams out straight away yet. I'm feeling okay at the minute, which is good. So far so good. Now, I don't know enough about these engines, guys, so I'd love if somebody can drop me a comment down below and tell me if this is modified in any way. So I haven't got a clue about these petrol cars, but what I do know is that I can fit these down in the garage. So front rad pack off, got all the bits off from the front, then we get it jacked up either side, get the wheels off. Those tyres have been doing burnouts for the last week. Now what you can see here is all the drive shaft bolts, and we've got some coilovers on there as well, lowering springs. All the drive shaft bolts were loose, guys, so somebody else has been here before me. Now I'm not sure what they've done. It made it easy for me to get the engine out, which was ideal, so thank you. But what I will say is that loads of grease all over the back of this engine. Now that's because the drive shafts are not insecure, and somebody's definitely been here before. So the exhaust's off now, and I've just started disconnecting the 2 coolant pipes at the back that go to the back of the it's a heated matrix element. So I'm going to get that 2 done. I've got the drive shaft off this side, just down here, as you can somewhat see. I am going to, in a minute next, drop down the bottom arm bolts, which is just underneath, just down there, if you guys don't know. Bottom arm bolts down there, and then I can move on to getting the last drive shaft out now. So I didn't put this into neutral, and that is a massive shitter, I know, guys, but I just wanted to get the lump out. So I've got to remember that it's in park when it goes back in to the new donor vehicle. So one of the things I've noticed so far is this little breather pipe here. Not that one. Oh yeah, that's this one here. There's like a breather pipe that goes to here. Again, I don't know what that is, but it's a little bit, it's different for me anyway. Not used to that, so I'm definitely going to be double checking that. But I think this car's had a lot of work to it. So yeah, anyway, the breather pipe runs down the back here under the scuttle panel. So unless it connects to an N75 somewhere that I've not seen, that may or may not be underneath there, more than likely, they need to re-replicate that. Right, let's get cracking. So either I'm having a moment here, or somebody's already been here. on this car van. Let me show you a couple of things that I found. So all the bolts inside the drive shaft bolts were pretty much not tight. I'm just thinking if the lads did change the gearbox, I'll probably contact them and ask them. I don't think they did. The gearbox looks pretty much brand new. If you look inside there, all the pins are not wet. Everything looks dry, but every bolt on this gearbox is absolutely minging from the cups. Again, could be minging because it wasn't fully tighted. That would make sense. Gearbox oil might come out. If the cups aren't in right, it could be that as well. But, so I got both drive shafts off. They literally just fell out of my hand basically. Engine now is literally rocking on both engine mounts, ready to come out. So that's pretty much done now. I need to start disassembling the rest. Now I do want the subframe off this, but I've got to be able to park the car over here so it can get collected by a scrap lad. So I've got to have it on the end over there, so literally I can wheel it over there, jack it up, take the subframe and everything off with the wheels on, drop it down, and someone will come and just grab it on a wagon and take it away. So I've been learning to remap, right? I'm gonna have a go at this one. Now if not, I'll give CNS Remapping a shout, because I am not a remapper. But if you need any ECUs doing anything, give CNS Remapping in Billingham a shout, because he's an absolute fantastic lad. He's a top lad, and he knows how to map these caddies and all of that. He knows everything to do with mapping them, so go and give him a shout. If you want, I'll put his link in the description below. And yeah, he's a top lad, and he does all the remapping for me on all of my caddy projects, so I may even just send it off to him because it's even easier. So ECU's out, exhaust is off, engine is perfect, drive shafts are out the way, so that engine now is ready to come out. So I'm going to come back later on, bring the crane and just get that thing out and on the ground, and that'll be that done, first stage of the project. So we're going to take both of the suspension on this as well, so 3 nuts on either side, and the Audi A3 is so easy to get them suspension legs disconnected compared to the Caddy, guys. Next up, we're just going to take the little latch off, take the bonnet off and get that out the way so we've got full access to the engine bay. Now I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys, all the new subscribers who've supported the channel so far, and this Tfsi conversion is going to be something different for me. This is going to be the biggest challenge that I've ever done from a wiring perspective, and I'm really looking forward to getting into a new Caddy van. So we're wrapping up the video now, guys, on the first video of the series, and the introduction one was just to give you a little hint, a little tip as to what we're doing, and this has been so far so good. And that is another engine pulled out, and I want to say I've done it without breaking anything, but I didn't. So there she is, engine fully out. She's a little pull this way. I need to get it loaded up in the back of the Sprinter and out the way. So that's where we're up to. So next day I'm now going to get all of this stripped off and stripped back. I did cut the wiring loom by accident yesterday. I'm an idiot. So MAF sensor is over there, down there on my pile, but at least I know where it goes to in this side of the loom, so I'm just going to wrap that up and call that MAF sensor. I've also seen some wiring here that I've cut that may go down to the fuel pump that goes to the back of the car, so I'm going to trace that because it goes down in that direction as well. And then I'm now going to get the wings off either side and then start working on all the interior. Wow, I have put an absolute graft in here to get this done. So I've just got 2 more doors to take off either side. Door there, door there. I do want the subframe. I don't know how I'm going to keep that. I want it 'cause I want the big brakes and everything, but I don't know whether it's going to be possible. But if I jack it up, get it over here on the grass, jack it up, take the subframe off, it might be the only thing I've got to do. So I'm just trying to get all the wiring looms off now. I'm just trying to get it poked through, get the dash out, and get it poked through, because ideally I'd like a full run of wiring loom, so at least I can trace where the wires go back to, just to help me out, be my first conversion and all that. So plan is to, the dash is somewhat loose. I'm going to try and get the radio section out in a minute. So what I want to show you is this. That is the fuel tank. So see the wiring loom that comes off it? I'm going to trace that wiring loom all the way back over to the front of the car, and then I'm going to take the tank out of here because I need that to build a hybrid tank. So that'll be the fuel done from this side, but I need to trace that cable back because that needs to be wired in, I believe, unless I'm going to use a Caddy top and the bottom of the petrol car. I'm yet to decide, I don't know yet, but I'm just going to take all of it just in case I need it. So I've just knocked that little plate around, and now I've got access to the fuel pump. But so far so good. I give myself 3 days, and not 3 days as in 3 whole days. I'm talking about 3 days of just doing bits on the side, but it's getting dark, guys. So for me, I think we can probably close this first episode here. I'm nearly finished. I've got a couple of bits left, and then somehow I've got to get that over here in front of me, get it jacked up, drop the suspension out, or drop the subframe out because both suspensions been loosened, tip the front off so the car just tips forward, and then get some lads to collect it. That's the best thing I can do. The rears, I'm not fussed about because the Caddy's going to have a coil over, a rear flip kit, so I'm not too fussed about that. I do want the wheels though, so I need to get some scruffy old wheels from somewhere, some temporary wheels, and just get that done. But guys, look, first episode of the Tfsi conversion. And guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Let's try and get 100 likes, and let's try and get me to 10,000 subscribers. If you enjoyed the video, let's get into it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.